Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is Wednesday, October 27th, 2021. We're back, again for a bit of a delay in launching today's show. I promise tomorrow we will be here, we will be on time. But, I am running kind of a new show, new format, got a couple kinks to work out, but I'm very excited to be back. And today is, of course, Wednesday, which means we've got Alex today in the hosting chair. Alex, how are you doing, my man? Just you and me on the air today. Our first stream together with the new format.
What's that?
Our first stream together with the new format. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I agree. It is exciting.
Of course, I hope you're looking forward to your new kind of freed up schedule. No more going hard on the charts 5 days a week for you.
It is nice. Sometimes I definitely feel like I've already said the important things I had to say for the week. But at the same time, I'm replacing it with other busy stuff, so it's not like it's like more time off.
Indeed, no rest for the weary. But with that said, guys, hope everyone is doing well today. We, of course, have about a 60 to 90 minute show in store for you today. We'll try to get through everybody's request. I'm certain we'll do a good job of it today. Jason and I ran a bit of a marathon stream yesterday. We went like about 2 hours. Man, did we do a lot of requests. It was a great time yesterday. Thanks to everybody who kicked it with us for our first inaugural show with the new format-ish. All right, with that said, guys, what do we have in store for you in the next hour or so? Of course, we're going to get into the news a little bit, have just a couple of news items to get to. We are, of course, going to check out the bubbles. We're going to shout at the audience. And then we're going to get out into Alex's analysis, see what's going on in the markets. Bit of a slump today. Bitcoin has now pulled back a little over 10% from the last week's fresh all-time highs. In fact, the whole crypto market today is kind of feeling a bit bruised. Except for one major outlier, yes, SHIB bucking the trend like crazy. So we're going to get into all that and more. The meme coins are indeed some of the most powerful trenders in this space, apparently. Never cease to amaze. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Gonna get a couple of news stories out of the way before anything else. Let's do it. All right, let's open up with what I just mentioned. Of course, Shiba Inu hits new all-time highs, becomes a top 10 coin. This coming from Crypto Briefing this morning. Let's see, where have you guys just waking up to what's another move in SHIB, adding up to now over 133% in the last 4 days alone. Shiba Inu has looked strong after managing to shrug off the recent flash crash and reaching a new all-time highs. This morning, it briefly overtook Doge's market cap and at press time remained among the top 10 coins by market cap. Was there a bit of flash crash? Curious. What happened with SHIB? Was there a strong pullback on lower time frames? Was this the flash crash? Yeah, I guess this was the flash crash a few hours ago. It dipped about 22% before taking off and moving up nearly 50%. Crazy. Crazy volatility here in the hourly just a few hours ago. Pretty wild. With that said, let's continue here. Shiba blowing past expectations. Indeed, it's pumped, guys. What more is there to say? We will save the TA for later. The point being is that, as I just mentioned, some nice hourly volatility here before we went springing up. Awesome move on SHIB. The meme coins, not to be underestimated yet again. Alex, do you have any thoughts on the latest SHIB price action? Or are we just going to save that for analysis? Not much to be had here.
I don't have anything special to say about it.
All right, let's continue, guys. We got another piece here from Crypto Briefing. $136 million lost as Cream Finance suffers another flash loan attack. DeFi lending protocol Cream Finance has been hit by another flash loan attack. This time, the attacker stole almost $136 million worth of DeFi tokens. Decentralized lending protocol Cream Finance hit by another major loan attack. The assailant borrowed $2 billion from AAVE and made off with over $130 million worth of Ethereum-based tokens. Let's see here. The attacker successfully used the flash loan exploit, borrowing 524,000 Ethereums from AAVE in order to, of course, perform this exploit. Let's see here. Smart contract auditing firm PeckShield broke the news on Twitter this afternoon, stating investigating an exploit on Cream version 1 on Ethereum. And let's see here, Etherscan transaction history shows the attacker moved at least $92 million into one Ethereum wallet and $23 million into another. The stolen funds were mostly comprised of Cream LP tokens, which can be earned for providing liquidity to the protocol, as well as XSushi, WNXM, Wi-Fi, and a few other ERC20 tokens and stablecoins. In the input data from the transaction, the attacker left the following message. Well, I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm going to read this. I'm probably going to trip out the YouTube algo. This is a very, brave, lucky. Just seems like a kind of unusual string of words. Doesn't necessarily be. Likely refers to Cream Finance's Iron Bank, which is Alpha Finance, used as in partnership with Cream. Alpha Finance posted an update confirming the Iron Bank and its Alpha V2 product were safe following the attack. Year in Finance posted an update confirming their products have not been affected, and everyone is assisting Cream with the investigation of this exploit. Interestingly, the wallet containing majority of the attacker's stolen funds received a transaction from a user with the Ethereum name service domain oilysurs.eth following the attack. The transaction contained a message that warned the attacker that they are not going to make it because they never will be able to cash that amount out. NGMI is, of course, not going to make it, which I just... Alright, following the attack, crypto investor and researcher Adam Cochran noted that Cream's staked Ethereum 2.0 service is custodial, suggesting that users may be reimbursed for the stolen Cream LP tokens. The attacker also used DeFi exchange aggregator Paraswap to convert tokens. Alright, on and on it goes, guys. It's of course not the first time Cream was hit. Protocol lost 34 million in a similar exploit just in August. Yeah, it was just a couple of months ago we reported on the Cream Finance hack. Attacker, of course, ended up returning a portion of those funds later. But another big exploit, of course, guys, a flash loan exploit, if you're not aware, is one where you can borrow an insane, like this case, an insane amount of funds. I think pretty much without almost staking anything, because as long as the transaction can execute full circle and get paid back, I guess whatever it's owed, you can take advantage of a great deal of collateral to find a way to drain a bunch of liquidity from, well, in this case, Cream Finance. So, oof. 136 million. Very crafty to you, sir. But yes, like the gentleman who messaged him, oilysurs.eth, sent a message saying, "You're never going to cash this out, bro. You're not going to make it. Please return the money." You know what? Like we've been talking lately on the show, that's probably the best resolution for all parties here, including the hacker, right? The exploiter. Return the money. You might even get reimbursed for for it all. We'll see how that all pans out. Let's get into a piece here. The BLOK crypto. Let's see here. All right. Robinhood CEO on retail ebbs and flows, NFTs, and Ucoin listings. Yes. So they appeared, of course, on the BLOK crypto's blog, or podcast, I should say. And of course, they talk about the ebbs and flows, the retail ebbs and flows that Robinhood deals with, NFTs and listing new coins. Kind of an insightful piece here from the BLOK crypto. And what goes on over at Robinhood, even a little piece from Unbacked. I'll leave the link in the description below as always. Let's continue. We have a piece here from SlashGear. I think Alex linked this to me in the News Pulse Premium. Photoshop will soon let creators add verification to newly minted NFTs. What? Say it ain't so. Built-in cryptography into the Photoshop tool suite. Very interesting. Let's have a look what this is about. Adobe has made a number of product announcements in its Max 2021 event, not at least of which are a number of new features for its popular image editing and creation software Photoshop. One of these new features revolves around blockchain technology, making it easier for content creators to prove that they are the person behind NFTs offered on platforms like OpenSea and SuperRare. The NFT market is a wild one, full of stolen content offered up by sellers in exchange for crypto. Despite the chaos, legitimate content creators have managed to carve out their own spot in the market, leveraging blockchain technology and crypto trends. to find new audiences. This was made possible in part thanks to platforms like OpenSea. The issue of proving content ownership when it comes to NFT sales remains, however, and it's still the same issue Adobe is addressing with the new crypto features for Photoshop. The company said during its Max 2021 conference that the next major version of Photoshop will allow creators to add their crypto wallet addresses and social media to the software content credentials platform. The feature is arguably most useful for users who plan to mint their artwork as NFTs, with Adobe noting that it's teamed with some very large NFT marketplaces like OpenSea to show content credentials. The idea goes, should make it possible for potential buyers to check whether the crypto wallet presented by the seller is the same one which applied to the content credentials when the NFT was minted. This feature likely get little use among everyday creators. It may prove priceless for creators who want to offer their content for crypto, but want to take as many steps as possible to prevent the theft of their artwork. The new content credentials crypto feature is first launching as a beta experience ahead of a wider release for everyone. All right, kind of interesting. This is actually a very, very cool idea. Being able to further certify that the art is indeed original and coming straight off of the artist canvas, so to speak. It's kind of like having like an artist canvas that is cryptographically, I guess, signed, by, I guess in this case, by Photoshop, to kind of prove almost where the art kind of comes from, as if I understand this correctly. So a very neat feature, and it goes to show you how quickly the space is advancing and taking advantage of some of the fundamental functionality of that NFTs and crypto brings to it. Any thoughts, Alex? Pretty hot, eh?
I'm stoked for it. I think it'll just make it naturally that digital artists will gravitate towards NFTs. How could they not now? It's like sort of something that they'll see. It's like a more professional thing to do.
Absolutely. This isn't just a gimmick. This is actually a game changer, a remarkable piece of tech for empowering creators and monetizing creators' output.
Yeah,
I suppose.
I mean, there's a powerful narrative there, and that it's like, what, you didn't turn your digital art into an NFT? Like, what are you, some sort of kid? Like, you didn't want to protect your digital rights with the NFT? Like, come on, grow up, make it NFT.
Precisely. All right. There you have it, guys. That's an interesting little fundamental development. Let's have a look here. Deribit exchange tweets. Large expiry coming up on the 29th. Around 51,000 contracts. 3 billion notional set to go off. Notional set to go off. Alex, what kind of insight can you provide about the 51,000 in contracts?
Here, just click the photo to the left.
Yes.
Click the photo.
I believe I have.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
You'll see that the maximum pain point there is around $54,000. So they've got it marked out where we know that the market likes to inflict pain on people. And it's like, well, the most people would be hurt if the market ended up around $54,000. So I think it's a good place to look for.
All right. Interesting. Yes, maximum pain point indeed highlighted here in red in the bottom right, guys. I think this is visible on screen. Yes, it is. Yep, 54K notional value. Wow. That ended up 3 billion. All right, 3 billion indeed. Setting to expire. Very interesting. Especially seeing what observing what's going on in the markets now. Quite a pullback from the top. Just flip to my daily chart here to put this in perspective. Oh yeah, yesterday's candle closed firmly below the baseline. Today's drooping even further. Looking pretty ugly. Can't wait to get into the TA. That's coming up in just a minute, guys. So let's go ahead and maybe get into the next segment, because I don't have a lot more for news. I don't think there's too much more for me to mention today, unless of course you want me to go through the 60,000 SHIB articles trending today. Yes, it's all SHIB everywhere in the crypto news sphere today for some reason or well, I guess I know why. Let's go into the bubbles next, guys, and I'll tell you precisely why. Check out the bubbles today. Certainly is a bit ugly, bit gnarly out here. Bubbles, well, you know what? A few more alts have flipped a green in the last few minutes. but nonetheless, it's a very much a C red. Alts following closely on the heels of Bitcoin's move today. Bitcoin, of course, down. How much is it down on the day anyway? Let's quickly just check. About 2%. Bitcoin down about 2% on the day, and a lot of the alts down double digits. Oof. All right, let me get into that bubbles right now. Sorry, I was just fixing a little something on screen. Bear with me, guys. Still kind of ironing out a few of these kinks. All right, I think I got it. All right, bubbles. It's red and double-digit losers. Something like Cello down 15%, Theta down 13%, GRT Groot's down a little over 15%, EOS, Near, Dash, and Stacks. Theta, H-Bar, all down about 10%, and everything else, a slew of others down single digits today. But there is one big gainer, SHIB, still up a little over 40% today. Holochain, hey, Holochain, shoutouts to Jason and any hot holding homies in the chat. It's up about 14% today, not too bad, right? SafeMoon doing things. SafeMoon's up nearly 7%. And Helium Network HNT is up a little over 6%. Not too shabby, but still hard to ignore the big bloody double-digit sell-off day in the alts. Still pretty shaky, understandably so. All right, let's go into the next segment. That was a quick look at the bubbles. What's going on in the audience tab? Let's go over there, guys. You know, I started the chat a little late today. I apologize. So therefore, anybody drop comments in the waiting room very early in the show, they might not be here. Be sure to drop a few more right now. Drop a few more comments. I beg you. I have to shout out a few more people. David Rice on DLive. Great afternoon, all. Learn, earn, and watch it burn. Well, you're watching something burn down today. It sure looks like it. Dave Rice, bust that like. Indeed, guys. You know where the like button is. Smash it. You watching on YouTube? You know, hit escape. Drop out of full screen. Click the like. Go back to full screen. Please, please. Be flow. What music is this? Did we get rickrolled? No, you did not get rickrolled. Light 'em up, boys. It's gonna burn anyways. Well, I guess Dave Rice always comes prepared. Of course, Bitcoin. I think this is a healthy pullback for Bitcoin. I remain bullish on macro timeframes. I do too. I think it might be perfectly healthy that we send this thing down to at least 54, apparently. I still think we could very well can march up. But yes, we'll get all to that in a second. Shout out Sports Bitcoin. Crypto Jenny is with us as well. Big shout out to Crypto Jenny on DLive. Gravy, grits, and greens. With shitcoins rally while the majors pull back from all-time highs, I'm feeling like there's more pulling back to come. Yeah, you don't say. October still has a few days left in the calendar. I was, looking forward to some fireworks this month. Are they really going to be held off to November? We'll find out. Let's see here. Mr. Ether, sup hose. All right. Thank you. Shoutouts to Mr. Ether and other farming implements here. Boris, Bitcoin, NASDAQ is making a new all-time high as we speak. If tech can go higher, why not crypto? Yeah, I actually noticed that as well. Tech has bucked. The tech indices have bucked a lot of the other trends today. Again, I will save that observation for Alex to get into in a few minutes. Let's see here. Bflow, continuing on. 16-month-old got a... Okay, gotcha. Well, kids, don't let your kids... well, actually, scratch that. Let your kids play with the phone. Let's see here. Cashlaw 77. Can we look at ICP? And TILRAY. Yeah, sure. Hang tight. I'll add that to the request line. Shout out to Cashlaw. Welcome back to the show. Let's see here. Skadrone over on YouTube. SHIB still rising. Yes, it certainly is, Mr. Ether. Now I'm wondering if I should rehedge my Ethereum. Yes, I have to revisit the old hedging question. Jay Reinhold with a bunch of requests. Hang tight, I'll add those. I see a bunch of requests from Anthony Cox as well. Shoutouts to you. I'll certainly add those as well. Mr. Ether says, I'm still holding hot and helium because Binance won't let me sell. All right. Well, huddle on, my man. Good day for both those tokens. David Rice, could you look at ZIL and the entry points or watch it go to zero? Well, we'll take a look at ZIL. Mice Elf. I can imagine a group of snot-nosed rich guys laughing together as they all coordinatedly put in SHIB buy orders and sell everything else. Yes, exactly. It's Illuminati confirmed. The Lizard Lords were cackling heartily as they hit the sell orders on the whole market and piled in on the next SHIB wave. That's precisely what happened. These things happen in smoky back rooms, apparently. Let's see here. David Rice fireworks got canceled. Government took all the money. Which money? They made off with the bag and left you empty-handed. The day Chico, Blanco, Verano, I think we got a bit deeper to go, all the way to 48. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past that. You know, Bitcoin does like pulling back to, you know, big strides. 2 steps forward, you know, elevator up or no. Stairs up,
All right,
elevator down. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving. Alts crushed off. DeFi dead. NFT ghost towns. Alts crushed. Yes, they certainly did. DeFi is a sea of ghost towns. I bet so many copycat projects. Chico Blanco Verano is one of the last comments. Then one man show to 100,000. Yes, that's how I feel a lot about Bitcoin. And Chico need that influx of new buyers. We certainly do. Last week, candle was telling nothing unexpected here. Yes, last week's weekly candle was indeed telling massive Bitcoin pumps always bring new rounds of interest. That's exactly how it goes, and precisely why I feel we're going to 100K, and that will usher in all types of excitement for the alt holding aficionados out there. All right, with that said, guys, it's time to get into it. We have TA coming your way next. Time to hop into Alex's screen share. My man, Alex. All right, let's get into that main scene. I'm going to have to tweak a few things, but otherwise, Alex, I got you on screen. Let's...
Okay.
Let me take a look here. Yeah, everything's mostly good. I'm just going to have to make a slight couple tweaks, but no, you're good to proceed. Do enjoy, guys, and I will be preparing your requests in just a few minutes.
Okay, so what I'm looking at is this this very ugly-looking reversal candle that we have on the 3-day and confirmed 3-day exit signal here on time transformation. So I really do feel that we're pulling back here, no question. It's really how far pulling back. Are we actually gonna finally get this like breakdown that I've been looking for, or is this just a mild pullback? And I'm not really sure here. Let's look on the weekly. We were looking at this as like a really necessary area of support resistance to hold, and I do feel that now, if once we break down from here, we could retest all the way as low as 48K. That's the local point of control. And also our weekly baseline here. Let's look at that 3-day candle a little more closely and see what I'm talking about. All right, let's just look at it like this. All right, so this is the previous 3-day close high right here. You can see we come up, we kind of peg this area of liquidity right here, and then just start to teeter over and reject. So we're likely to find a little bit of support here and retest up just a little bit more. I'm going to be selling into the pumps up into this area, which is going to likely give us a continuation short signal. I'm looking to pump up, retest the daily baseline from below, and that's when we're gonna jam it on Bitcoin. That's where we're gonna short it. And I don't know where it's going to. Like I said, we could retest 48. We could go down to 45. We could even, make those big lows down to 26 that we had been eyeing previously. I don't know how big the pullback's going to be. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, I think, is much more clear here in its pullback. See, we just look right here. See, boom, we're not able to retake the old daily high. You see, push, 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 and reject. We have all these bearish divergences right here as we make higher highs. Our oscillator is making lower highs here because we just don't have enough momentum. And that shows through as we break down below this rising wedge. I think we could be able to get a short signal out of this. We'll see, but we might have to wait for a continuation short signal. Bitcoin dominance came down, retesting the support resistance level. I still think we're going to see Bitcoin dominance rise here, especially if the markets fall. I think alts will lose a lot more than Bitcoin in this spot, and that will also see Bitcoin dominance rise. Uniswap perp, not great. We really need to hold this level. We'll see. I'm not ready to call this yet, but this is not a good looking cross under. Dragon perp, well, as we said, there's two options here as we were pegged against resistance and our upwards trend. Either break upwards very quickly, cross this low volume node and find liquidity, or we could break down. So I think this means we'll see a pullback down towards 33.4 here. DeFi perp. What I tell you about buying resistance, guys? Boom, rejection from resistance. Doesn't look good. I say more downside here. Privacy perp never even made it to resistance. Rejected from the local point of control. Exchange perp, rejection from resistance. SHIB perp, rejection from resistance and crossing below our daily baseline. Rejection from resistance here on mid perp. Yada yada. I think you get the point here. All right, so crypto markets down. Usually that means dollar up. Let's take a look. Huh. Interesting. Dollar not up today. So here on lower time frame, you can see our downtrend meeting a horizontal support level. Push, 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 push. We can't break it. Pop back up here above our downtrend. I feel like the dollar can continue up here, but I don't. It would suit our TA more if it broke down more. I don't know why it popped up over our trend, but we'll see. Maybe this is like our lesser downtrend that we'll end up holding. Pop down, we'll keep to that. All right, so if dollar down, then traditional markets good, up. Dow Jones is down today, and this does seem to be a pullback. Yes, it's fine. Yeah. By the way, it's probably going to pull back at least towards 350. I don't know if I'm ready to short the Dow again as long as we're above 350. We really need more here. Otherwise, it's going to be pullback, continuation. Ooh la la. This is a nice strong day on the NASDAQ, huh? Well, okay. So, someone asked if tech stocks can continue, why not crypto? You're right, but the QQQ is ostensibly all tech stocks, but actually it's like 5 tech stocks and then, a spattering of weight from some other stocks. What are the big techs doing? Is it like only one that's doing really well and dragging up the QQQ here, or are they all doing well? Let's take a look. AMD. New all-time high today. Can't really complain about that. Looks strong. All right. Facebook. Showing some weakness here today. I don't think this is a bad area to be a buyer in. You see this volume down here is kind of interesting. I think I still want to take it up to retest resistance here. What's this look like? Maybe we should be looking down here. We'll see. Either way, Facebook is definitely not involved in today's move upwards. All right, Facebook, Tesla. Ooh, wow. Huge week on Tesla. What a great weekly close last week. We closed above resistance. All right, Tesla as well. Tesla looks good, and I guess that leaves Apple. Go either way. What's the earnings report here? Estimate 124. Okay. I guess we'll know tomorrow on that. I guess test stocks don't look bad. Okay. What's the SPY doing? SPY it's up a little bit today. I mean, it made a new all-time high yesterday. It's certainly not bearish. It's curious, right? All the alt charts that we looked at, they don't look good, right? Especially after today, they don't look good. The tech stocks we looked at today, they look pretty good. NASDAQ doesn't look bad. S&P doesn't look bad. Dow Jones is, you can take it or leave it. I guess let's look at world markets here. Maybe they can help give us a sense of what to look for. Gold appears to be finding support at this level. Again, we're going to wait for a true close above 1800, but it looks like we're going to get it. At this point, I think I'm ready to look to long gold here. Starting to look like a pretty firm bottom. The silver, we're getting some resistance in this spot. That's cool. I would buy this pullback. Still look for the full move up toward 26. Palladium, well, this is kind of what we've been expecting. A retest of the lows. We'll see what happens. I expect a breakout above here. Platinum appears to be rejecting from this previous support level. So I would look to try and be a seller near 1,050. Look for a pullback lower. Copper, I don't really want to do anything with it right now. Brent crude. Oh, very interesting. What do we have here? Looks to me like we have a trend break. Some bearish divergences as we make new highs here. All right. Oh, and look where we're rejecting from. We're rejecting from the previous high right here. I like it. I think this is a beautiful spot to take a scalp short from on oil. I just have my stop set right on the other side of this high. See what I can do with it. Corn, ha ha ha. I think we got it this time. We're going to look to take corn at least towards $6.30. That'll be like our first take profit area right here. It's kind of this area of support, resistance. We're going to take it all the way up here. There's my brush. There's my brush. It's kind of like that. Natural gas, banger day. Seems to be finding some support here. It could make new highs.
Hey Alex, could I trouble you for something?
What's that?
Could you right-click your trading view, go to settings? Go to the scales tab. Sorry, let's try status line. Next tab, status line. Disable OHLC values and bar change values if you don't mind. I hope you don't really rely on these two anyway. Yeah, that one. OHLC disable.
Well, I do look at OHLC values.
Oh, damn.
When I'm looking at the baselines and stuff, I point them out to people. So.
Oh.
I need that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. How about bar change values?
No.
All right.
I don't
All right. Cool. I can live with that.
Yeah. No, sorry. I use these, bud.
No worries. Continue.
Soybeans. We're probably breaking out here, but we're going to wait for the full breakout. On sugar, I think this is probably an area to short into. Wheat, this is going to be huge. It's going to be an enormous breakout. It's happening. It's going to happen. Get your wheat longs in, guys. I would set my stops right below $7. It's going to be gigantic. Wheat. Tell your friends. Just starting to get back near the area where we would want to short again. I think we want to wait for that one more push up here. We're going to jam it. Chinese 50. Where are we getting this trend from? It's probably a better trend. Let's draw from here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I would be dumping the rest of that Chinese long here. Look for a pullback. France, what you are doing? This is kind of bullish looking. We'll give it a shot. I don't want to do anything with it right now, but you can consider this a continuation signal. All right, as long as we're above this level, we're long. We cross below here. shorting the shit out of this thing. Kong, doing nothing. The UK made another new high yesterday, giving us a continuation signal. Just making new highs. This is bullish. Interesting bearish divergence on India, but nothing we can do with it right now. Nothing we can do with Japan. Netherlands is still the strongest of the European countries. Look at this. Even after our successful short into it, totally broke it, broken the new highs, continuation signal today, new all-time high today. Very strong. Arguably stronger than the American economy. Stronger than Dow Jones. Taiwan index still trading sideways here. Bonds starting to show a lot of strength in this spot. Buyers coming in. Breaks of trend. S&P 500 not yet over, Russell 2000 not yet over resistance. 30-year Treasury bonds showing a lot of strength today. Broken down trend. This looks very strong. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything much more to say about the markets. Crypto looks bearish, but traditional markets kind of look bullish right now. It's odd to me. Maybe we just really need like a short pullback on crypto, and then things will turn bullish again. But for right now, I don't want to catch any knives. You know, I'm not looking to buy the dips here on crypto. I just want to see what happens. And if we make new highs, great. I'll buy into those new highs and we'll ride them to make a lot of money. But I'm not eager to lose the money we've made on the way up here. Right?
I certainly don't blame you, and yes, fortune favors the cautious in this scenario, potentially. All right, let's get into the request line, guys. I know what you're all here for. Hope everybody enjoyed that little perusal of what's going on in, well, world markets, not just crypto. Interesting times afoot, especially with what traditionals are doing. With that said, let's see here. I just logged the last request, and let's go ahead and put the request on screen. Let's do it. All right, today's requests are the following. All right, I have to get used to using this new layout. Here we go. Putting the first request on screen now. All right, first one comes from Cashlaw77 on Twitch. Cashlaw writes, can we look at ICP and TILRAY? Yes, ICP first.
Nothing to really do right now. We just got an exit signal. If you longed here, I would just get out of that long, take a small loss, and kind of wait to see what happens. We could come down and retest 32 and 30. If so, that would be a good place to be a buyer. For right now, I would just sit on my hands and either get out of my long or do nothing if I was flat. And then what's TILRAY?
TILRAY, yes. I believe that's a wheat stock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty bad here. Cross below our baseline, kind of trading here. I would be flat, or if I was in a position, I would be trying to find a way to get out. have any kind of obvious trend here we can make use of? Well, this doesn't seem to help very much. Let's try from down here. Maybe it's... nothing obvious. I just wouldn't do anything with Tilray. I see, but on linear mode, this is actually not an ugly chart at all, right? So we get this long basing period. We kind of pump off the bottom and settle down. Okay, I mean, I guess I see what's interesting about this. This is probably accumulating, but we don't know how much longer it might do that. It could continue to trade sideways for another 4 or 5 months. I want to see some sort of reaction here, and really get a sense that bullish demand is coming in, and then we'll take up a position. But for right now, because of the potential opportunity cost, if it just continues to trade sideways, we don't really want this right now. What's next?
All right, that was a look at Tilray as well as ICP for Cash Loss 77 of the Twitch chat. Go ahead and get it to the next request. Here's a 3-pack from Jay Reinhold over on YouTube. XRP, Amizigo, Litecoin, please. Well, I guess Alex, if he's feeling generous, we will look at all 3. XRP is the first one.
I gotta tell you, I have a feeling all these charts are going to look a lot alike. So, yep, this is a short signal, especially if we can close today above the qualifying line. But oh no, we don't quite have enough momentum to do an initial short signal today. But overall, yeah, this is a get the fuck out of this trade if you're long. What's next?
All right, up next we have the following. We have yes. So XRP was the first part of Jay's request. Amizigo is next.
Come on, there we go. We actually had a continuation short signal all the way over here. That's what this was. Played out very well. I think we would have hit take profits 1 and 2 right there. Nothing to do but sit on our hands. Looks like we could probably expect this to continue to pull back. We just broke the parabolic trend here with today's drop. So see if we can pull up here and get one more continuation short signal. If we can, then I'd definitely love to take that. But yeah, this is a broken trend. What's next?
Well, there you have it. That was a look at, I believe that was Amizigo, correct? The remaining, one last request will be Litecoin, LTC for Jay.
Almost a short signal, just not enough momentum. Unless you're shorting it, stay the fuck out. What's next?
All right, simple and to the point. Let's continue. We have the following. Geez, give me 1 second here. What do we have here? All right, so that was a 3-pack for Jay Reinhold of the YouTube chat. Thank you for those 3. We are continuing into the next one. We have Anthony Cox on YouTube. Anthony writes, KDA, FLUX, and BLOK, please. Whatever you have time to do, but those would be highly appreciated. Let's start with KDA, at least. Caderna.
Getting an exit signal here, I'd probably be looking to take some sort of profits. If I was looking for a pullback, I'd probably look for like 350, 375. It's not a bad spot. What's next?
All right, Caderna out of the way. Flux, FLUX.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really happy with it on lower time frames. You can see we've already broken the lower time frame uptrend. I'd be looking for a pullback all the way back down to retest like 25 cents. Something like that. What's next?
All right, up next, we have the following for Anthony Cox: BLOK, B-L-O-K, that one.
Oh, this one.
Shoutouts to Anthony Cox. You're getting all 3 of your requests fulfilled today. Damn, is that blocks? What a run!
It's block, not blocks.
Yeah, blocks. Yeah, sorry, block.
Looks a little topped out here. Nothing we can really do. I would probably look to take some profits now, especially with the way the rest of the market looks. What's next?
All right. Getting into the next request right now, we have the following for David Rice. He asks rather cynically, could you take a look at ZIL? Are there any entry points, or should I just watch it go to 0? All right, despondency here concerning ZIL.
You can see we rejected from resistance right here. Easy peasy. Watch it go to 0, I guess. That's what you should do.
All right, 0. 0 it is.
Yeah. And I guess I'd be buyer after we kind of sweep these lows. Maybe all the way down to 4 cents. What's next?
All right, that was sweet and to the point. And getting into the next request, I do see a few more arriving, guys. I will be logging those shortly. In the meantime, let's look at Boris Bitcoin's request. Boris writes, request looking to short setups on Bitcoin and Oxy. Sorry, BNB and Oxy. Would appreciate Alex's thoughts. Thank you. All right, so BNB. He wants to short BNB. What do you think about the setups brewing on this one?
Looks good, but it looks like a lot of them do. So as you can see, we reject from resistance here. We break our uptrend. We get this exit signal. We're not yet below the daily baseline. Oh, this is the 3-day. I'm sorry. Explains it. Problem with this setup is that we're below the qualifying line here, I believe. Let's look at our handy dandy OHLC meter here, and this will tell us. So 450.2 is our qualifying line. Maybe we are above it. Okay, look at that. Definite momentum. Just barely. Very good, Boris. Yeah, I like it. We'll consider it for later. And what was the other one you wanted to look at?
Oxy.
Unfortunately, we cannot take a short on this. As you can see, we're still above 0. So do we want to consider this to be a continuation short, maybe? I can see how it could make sense to consider it so. Yeah, there we go. You could take this if you want to consider a continuation short. We never really make it over this above the daily baseline here. I think this is probably going to hit take profit 1 if you took this short, but you're probably also cheating a little bit if you take it. Money's money. Do as you will. But I probably won't put the short for the group. What's next?
All right. Getting into the next request. Shout out to Boris. Was that Boris Bitcoin? Yeah, Boris Bitcoin. Look at a BNB and Oxy short setups. Let's get into the next question. It comes from ETH1. ETH1 writes, ADA, is a $1 entry possible? I see it on the monthly chart, but what do you think, Alex? All right, so he wants to see. Do you see a course, possible course all the way down to $1, given the monthly view?
You know, if we can just pull up a little bit on this, this would also be an awesome initial short signal. What's our 1.973 is our qualifying line, and 1.973 is our current price. At this time, we could maybe take an initial short signal on ADA. I mean, it doesn't look bad, right? I mean, look at that. Let's look at it. Like, let's zoom out and really look at this on the weekly. Now, do we want to long from this spot or short from this spot? Think about it. Do I want to be long here? No, I don't want to be long here. No, I don't. I don't need this line anymore. $1. Hell, I think 85 cents is possible. Shoot for the moon, buddy. So this is $1 right here. I think I'd actually like to see these lows swept and everybody washed out of their dollar positions and into this 88 cent, 85 cent, 90 cent order block. You see this one down here below these lows? You see it sitting right here. This block of volume right here. Let's shoot for there.
All right. Well, shout outs to ETH1. Indeed, a dollar or sub-dollar entry. Well, Alex may have very well found something of confluence with your take, ETH1. Good luck in your Cardano adventures. Would be hell of a short, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right. That's out of the way. How are we doing on time? We are about 6 or 7 minutes to go for the D-Live chest, and only a few requests left. So today's show is kind of proceeding ahead of schedule. Love it, guys. Let's get into one of the last requests of the day. Get your last few lemons in, because like I said, we get to that chest in a couple of minutes. The next...
Check something while we're here. I need to see if...
problem.
I just forgot these were going up. No. Where's... This
All
pack
right.
drop already?
CrackingNFTs.com, guys.
Yeah. We gotta do to get into this thing. Didn't they just do this? Damn it.
What happened? You missed it?
I just don't understand where you're supposed to be purchasing these new World Series packs. This just went live like 9 minutes ago.
All right, if anybody in the chat would like to cover for Alex for a minute. Or help investigate the mystery of the Series 2 World Series cards.
I think their site's just fucked. Screw you, Tops.
Out of luck.
Oh well.
Oh well. Well then, let's proceed, guys, to get into one of the last requests of the day. Can we look at Solana for Life Vibe H on YouTube? Sure can.
All right. You can see if you can score a continuation long off of this spot, and if you do, that would be great. But at this time, I think it's likely we bounce up, reject again hard down into $100 zone. This is where I would actually look to be a buyer. Maybe this place, maybe 90 is better, but I'll definitely look to be a buyer here around $100.
All right.
So we want to see this low totally swept. What's next?
All right, up and next is SNX. SNX for Life Vibe. Let's get into that last half of his request.
It looked nice yesterday. Today it looked like ass. I would do nothing with it. What's next?
All right, sweet and to the point. Shout outs to LifeVibe. Those are your 2 requests crossed off the list. Let's get into this next one. It comes from BFlow. Can you take a look at ALU on PooCoin? My entry is 0.5. Profit has been taken. Would you say let it ride or close it out? Since there's no 3
ALU
commas.
on KuCoin? I don't see it.
ALU on PooCoin. PooCoin.
Oh.
Poo.coin? Or
All right, guys, look, if you want me to look at stuff on a site that I don't normally use, I need you to provide me a link. Like, I don't...
Yes, sir. Hold on. He did that only because I will I'll have to forgive it, just because yesterday we covered it on the show, so maybe it was a little presumptive of him. PooCoin.app is the correct link. Alex was with us, guys. We started tapping this resource yesterday. Apparently PooCoin is very popular for charting some of these.
It's too late, buddy.
Wow. I will repeat his question because it's he says his entry was 0.05. Profit has been taken. Would you let it ride or close it out? I got no 3 commas, so I have to be decisive. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, 3 commas wouldn't help you much with decentralized trading anyway. I mean, if you already took profits, I don't see an exit signal yet. Yesterday's candle was pretty rough. I'm sure it could keep going. I would probably, I don't see a good reason to dump it yet if you already took profits. I just wait to see what happens.
Well, there you have it. I believe that ought to cover your question. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. We have a Litecoin, Bitcoin for Christian Zeldon. He writes, hey, what's a good buy zone for Litecoin in regards to Bitcoin dominance perspective? Other words, Litecoin, Bitcoin. Thank you. All right, so he's wondering in regards to the Bitcoin dominance and the Litecoin, Bitcoin pair in particular, where does Litecoin present any buys?
You would either be buying here, or I don't. Maybe actually this is where you want to like be dumping now that we've broken this critical support. I would say maybe it's best to wait until we get back above 3,500 sats or 350,000 sats or whatever the fuck ever, and then you buy above here, and then we've broken back up. We're likely to keep moving up, but that's kind of risky being a buyer down here. You know, what if we just keep moving down? What's next?
Well, indeed, that does seem a bit risky to be snatching up Litecoin here, but we wish you the best of luck, Mr. Christian Zeldon. One of the last requests of the day. I have the DLive chest ready to deploy in a couple of minutes, so let's get into it. Any word requesting Phantom, FTM.
Good day. I don't see any reason to be exiting here, but I certainly wouldn't be entering here either. What's next? Still holding the uptrend, as you can see. Draw this out further. Hello?
Yep. Oh, sorry. I thought you were drawing out further. No problem.
I did. It's
okay. Sorry, I was preparing the DLive chest in the background. With that said, guys, let's shout out the next request and prepare to open up that DLive chest in just a minute or so. One of the last requests of the day, CryptoBull21. If there's time, can we look at HNT USDT? Yeah, let's look at Helium Network.
This is probably one of the stronger things we've looked at today. Yesterday was probably a good entry. Maybe you consider entering today too. I would just look to be dumping if we closed below 2150 at all. Basically, if we close below this area, just want to be out. So it's worth longing. Maybe you should wait until we break the new all-time, make a new all-time high at this point. But it looks strong. What's next?
What's next is we're about to give away some lemons. The lemon drop is imminent, guys. Get your DLive cups ready. I'm going to go deploy the chest in about a few seconds. That's the last request, Alex, so I'm really just going to bide another 30 seconds of time here and get everybody ready for the chest distribution. And there it goes, guys. Here we go, distributing those lemons. Good luck to everybody with this one. Alright, that's not too shabby, right? Alright, that's in the corner. Get your lemons real quick. I will claim mine while I still have the opportunity over here. Alright. And let's go read a couple comments before we close out. Good luck, everyone, with the draw. Alright. Big winners today. Big winners. Thank you, everybody who played in. What do we got here? We have David Rice. David Rice taking the top spot. Crypto Bull, Boris Bitcoin, Any Word, and ETH1. Also taking a few lemons home themselves. Big shout outs to you guys. Congrats. All right. A couple comments. I think we're going to be out of here because that was the last request. It's only quarter after, so we did great on time. Much love, everyone. Let's see here. ADA's too stable. I don't know about that. Dish Network is doing something cool with Helium Network. And that's kind of interesting. Dish Network, haven't heard that name in a while. I aped in at $1 personally if we see that price. Oh, I'm aping in at that price. Yeah, so $1 ADA might in fact prove the opportunity. Anybody who, like such as myself, I think, who's been neglecting about an ADA portfolio, this might present one last good opportunity to get in. Alex A1SG, after talking about $20,000 Bitcoin and 85% ADA, I'd stay the hell out of NFTs. Yes, if Bitcoin is going to correct that deeply, NFTs are going to get massacred. David Rice, think I'll out on some Jelly Roll for some great background music. All right, well, put on some Jelly Roll? Well, in that case, yes, put on some Jelly Roll, my man. The outro music is coming your way in just a few months. Let's see here. Any other comments I need to get to? Murdoch to Murloc with the last minute request. Well, if Alex is feeling extra generous, maybe we'll look at it. Mentorship today, says Crypto Bull. You know what? It is mentorship today, so you know what? I'm not so sure we can even entertain this last request. We do have to allot some time. But nonetheless, I will shout it out. We do have AAVE. We do have an AAVE request. Murdoch to Murloc, can we look at AAVE or SHIB? In fact, maybe SHIB would be appropriate to look at given what the price has done today. I can't imagine there's going to be a lot to... I
mean, big day on AAVE. If it stays like this, I wouldn't want to buy in with a wick like this. And I don't think I have anything to say about SHIB. It's, SHIB's just been going. Still going.
Still going.
Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, there's nothing to say about it.
There ain't nothing to say, and that's all that needs to be said. With that said, guys, we are getting out of here. We have to wind things down. We do indeed have that community mentorship session. Do as Dave Rice suggests to the live chat. Hit that like button if you're still watching on YouTube. Also, do check out our premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. For all our premium offerings, guys, do check out education material. A lot more to come soon as well. We're very happy to be revisiting a lot of our premium material and adding onto that. Very excited to have Justin, Dark Rico, and many others working in the background. So do check out our premium offerings. Like I said, plenty more excitement to come there. And also join our Discord. Check out our results.krakencryptocurrency.com, and yes, the Discord.krakencryptocurrency.com I just mentioned. Not much more to add. We're out of here. Much love to you all. Final words to Alex.
Trade safely, guys.
Yes. All right. Much love, guys. See you tomorrow.